Hey there, I'm back again, and since it wasn't quite time for tea the last time around, I'm going to go straight into the next review, which is Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Now, Halloween 4 did extremely well, and I remember reading about it in the Fangorias and Gorzones and the Horror Hounds of the time. So, this movie got rushed into production. Now, Halloween 5 was unfortunately given to a different director, Dominique Gerard, and he had very different ideas on how Halloween should be done. He had different ideas from Mustafa Akkad, and scenes would apparently be shot without Gerard's knowledge and inserted into the film later on. Now, 5 was a rush job to basically capitalize on the popularity of Part 4, and everybody involved will out and out say that it was pretty much a really bad idea to rush it this fast. The film does pick up right where basically Part 4 left off, about a year later. At the end of Part 4, we get to see Michael blasted away by shotguns and fall down well, very reminiscent of Frankenstein, actually. Which sequel is it? Probably Frankenstein... Ghost Frankenstein? I'm not sure. One of the Frankenstein films. So, we get to see Michael Myers basically being taken by an old... sorry about that. An old hermit, and taken in and taken care of for about a year. When 1 year later on Halloween, what happens? Of course, Michael Myers suddenly awakens and kills the person that was helping him, and he's off yet again. Meanwhile, Danielle Harris's character now has been traumatized from the first film, where she tried to but did not kill her adoptive mother, since she is not the killer that her Uncle Michael is. But we start to realize that she can see what Michael can see. They have a telepathic bond that they didn't have before. And now, we have another actor playing Michael Myers in this one here. This one has Don Shanks, and if the name rings familiar to you, it's probably from Grizzly Adams, actually. Now, Ellie Cornell, who was the pretty much the main star of this one, is taken out at the beginning of this film here. There was a dispute. I'm not sure if it was about money or something like that, but she was taken out, and pretty unceremoniously. It's a pretty lackluster death for poor Ellie Cornell's character, and it's a shame to see Rachel go. She's replaced by Wendy Kaplan, who seems like a wonderful girl, but has to be one of the most annoying horror stars or actors like to take over the role. And I'm sorry, she's just really annoying. Her character is meant to be kind of like, I'm not sure she's supposed to be tough but likable, or kind of slutty but likable or something. She's supposed to be the friend of Rachel's that we didn't see before, and she grates more than anything else, and I'm sure it's not her fault. It's just the way that her character was done. Most of the characters in this film actually seem like caricatures and not actual fleshed out characters. Even Danielle Harris's character of Jamie Lyde, it seems to be more of a gimmick rather than an actual progression in the story. The telepathic bond seems to be nothing more than something to keep the plotline going, and it really doesn't make a lot of sense in the film. Michael Myers does take off his mask in this film as well, and he cries because of, I guess, what he's become, and seeing his niece. Donald Pleasant's character has turned from just being basically wanting to stop Michael to becoming psychotically obsessed with having to stop Michael, to the point where he's willing to sacrifice this little girl. And it's a drastic change in the character of Sam Loomis. I mean, I could see it over time, but it happened so fast and so drastic that it seems very out of place. The film is kind of disjointed, and it tries to follow a pretty basic structure, and overall it does a decent job of that. But there's some things in here that just don't make much sense. Some of the shots that were supposedly done without Gerard are the shots of a mysterious man in black. We basically see these black steel-toed shoes, kind of like cowboy boots, and long black coat. And you kind of expect to see Bat Masterson or someone coming into town. You're not quite sure what's going on. And even after this movie's over, you're still not sure what's going on, because basically this Man in Black character, whose face you don't see and who you don't know who it is until the sixth movie, comes in very Dick Tracy-like, and when Michael is actually captured, because in this one Michael isn't killed, he's captured and put into a prison cell for some reason, I guess with his mask and stuff on. The Man in Black finally appears in town and walks into the cell next to the jailhouse, the police station, and pretty much mows everybody down with what looks like a Tommy gun in a very Untouchables, Dick Tracy kind of comic book style. The movie really doesn't capture well the horror of the other films, and this would probably be the lesser film until we would get to the Rob Zombie films. And yes, I know what else is in the what other films are out there. But again, I was a big fan of this film when it was originally out. I did not mind this film, but going back on it, I do see the flaws in it. All that being said, I did enjoy the film. K&B did the effects in this movie, and there are some great kills. If you're a fan of the kills and stuff like that, there are some pretty cool ones in this one here. But overall, the film it's kind of lackluster. And if you're going after seeing Part 4, which actually has the flavor of a Halloween film, and to come in and see Part 5, where even the mask is kind of messed up, it's definitely worth having and owning. If you're collecting the Halloween films, this is definitely one to pick up. I wish Wendy Kaplan's character had been fleshed out more and more been done with her. She seemed very one note, and her boyfriend was probably one of the most irritating, unlikable characters, who just happened to be named Michael, I think. In one of the most unrealistic scenes in any Halloween film, she gets into a car with Michael Myers, who's killed her boyfriend, and he's wearing the boyfriend's mask, and at no point, even though she's seriously aware of the Michael Myers character, this is Haddonfield after all, and she's aware that Jamie Lloyd has been freaking out. Nothing seems strange about her boyfriend that suddenly doesn't talk and is bigger than he was before, much bigger, and riding around the car in a very creepy, eerie manner. The film has some badly placed cops that that are kind of comedy relief, and they really offset the tone of the film in certain points. And overall, all this, I'm saying all this negative stuff about it, but I did enjoy this for what it was at the time. I watched 4 and 5 together, and 4 is a much stronger film than Part 5, and this is much better than in anything that Rob Zombie would do. But still, there were some pretty weak things in this that that I can't just gloss over. I want to give a fair and balanced review of the film. Danielle Harris, who was one of the best parts of Part 4, is also one of the best parts of Part 5. Unfortunately, she doesn't get to speak and talk a lot. She does a lot of screaming and stuff at the beginning of the film, and it's a shame. There's a little boy character in there as well, that kind of a stutterer, and he's not. We don't get to know enough about him to care about the fact that he's in peril or is he hurt. And there's a point where he may be hurt or dead, but it's never really explained. A lot of the stuff is left very vague and not well. This was not a well thought out film. It was done fast, and it's obvious that it was done fast. There are some great people that worked on the film. There, some of the actors, the special effects, of course, but overall it was a disjointed film. It was a rush film, and it comes off as a rush film. Is it a horrible film? No, you can get a lot worse than this. And overall, the movie only clocks in about 98 minutes. Still, it's probably about 10 minutes too long for this film. And characterization-wise, not the greatest. Kills, pretty good. Nudity, not really. And ill-placed humor and a script that seems to be all over the place and doesn't know exactly where it's going. So, yeah, I recommend you watch this film first and see if you like it. And if you do, definitely go out and buy it, because it's actually fairly cheap. I think I got this for like $5 or $10. So for that, it's worth getting. It's got an audio commentary with Don Shanks and the author of the film, Justin Beam, who I think did the fourth one as well. Audio commentary with the director, Daniel Harris and Jeffrey Landman. I got to listen to the audio commentary because I haven't listened to it, and I got to see what his thoughts on this whole thing is. And Halloween 5 on the set, Halloween 5 original promo and theatrical trailer. So this is pretty much more packed than the fourth one was. And there we go. That's 4 and 5, my retrospective reviews, and I hope you've enjoyed them. And they've come across as something that you may want to see more of. I know that I do like to do the retrospective reviews, and I want to put out some different stuff, but I just want to go kind of mainstream this time and do some stuff that basically everybody's seen, so it would be easy to access in a first retrospective type review. Thanks a lot for watching again, and from my yawning in this video, you got to know that right now it is seriously time for tea.